Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the stream. It is I, Digi Driver, welcoming you back to Orlando International Airport and Prepared version 5.3. I am back in the Quality Wings 787, and we are preparing for a flight from Orlando to Nassau this afternoon. It's going to be a one-shot deal, flying November 800 Alpha November. And I think I might need to change the call sign. No, actually, I set it up correctly. Yeah, I think the wing code or the uh, plane code was 8 Alpha Alpha, I think. And okay, looks like they're done with the catering service, so we'll go ahead and close that door. So if you guys will pardon me temporarily while I get set. There we go. There goes door R2. All right, and we should be getting underway momentarily. This isn't a flight on VATSIM, at least not right now. I might change my mind and I might file it there. I just need to take a few moments to make sure everything is set. Okay. So I think the thing that takes the longest time is actually getting the luggage on the plane since it takes those compartments. I will be on the ground a little bit, making sure everything is set, so I might as well start the boarding process now. And I've got cabin lighting set, so we should be good to go. How many passengers am I taking to Nassau? Let's see. My briefing shows 300 passengers, and we're going to be taking 55,000 pounds of fuel. So let me go ahead and get myself set before I do anything first. And by that I mean I'm going to check dispatch. So 55,000 pounds of fuel total. And payload's going to be 69,000 pounds. Zero fuel weight's going to be 355. And that should do it. Actually, that's weird. If I set the zero fuel weight, it means the payload weight's actually much bigger than that. I don't think that's the case. I think... Yeah, let's stick with what we have for the payload weight that's indicated. All right, zero fuel weight's actually what? That's weird. I'm actually able to pull that off? Okay. All right, 55,000 pounds of fuel, check. We've got payload weight checked, and if it's 69,000 pounds for payload and 55,000 pounds for fuel, that means we're only taking 180 passengers instead of the 300 that SimBrief said I should. This is an 8 though, it's not a 10, so that seems realistic. So let me go ahead and finish that. Just put performance in, and we're going to put Orlando in as our departure. And what runway are we departing out of? Let's see. 17 right. 17 right? Really? I mean, I landed on 18 right. I can take that one for takeoff gladly. I'm not going to go all the way over the place. Yeah, no. We're we're changing that. I'm going to go ahead and pick 1-8 right. Yeah, yeah, there we go. There we go. We can use that. So we'll pick 1-8 right, and we can take the Danny 3. Really? That's a little weird. Yeah, Danny 3 to board. So let's go ahead and get going here. Sogan, my friend, welcome aboard. Sorry I missed the message earlier. Good day to you. We're flying to Nassau today. Hopefully you're doing very well, my friend. Conditions are dry, and thrust rating is going to be, you know what? A good takeoff D10 every once in a while. Good for the soul, I think. Flaps 5. And winds right now out of Orlando are what? Let's go find out. Give me weather. Weather right now is winds 190 at 13, gusts 20. So we're going to put 190 at 20. And temperature is going to be 29. QNH is, well, local QNH or our units, 29993. There we go. And that's 1014 for you folks across the pond. Hide the keyboard, bring it back. Takeoff weight, what did I say the takeoff weight was? Like 392 something? $392,441. Is that what takeoff weight's going to be? Okay, well, we'll use that right now. 392,441. And there we go. So, ooh, congratulations on the bug squashes, man. That's great. And while we're here, let's go ahead and set, let's see, do I have enough information? Well, no, we'll go ahead and set that now. It shouldn't take that long to get packages loaded, and I can always load them instantly, or try to. We're going to land on runway 14 at Nassau. Conditions should be dry, but I'll double check. And weather right now, winds 180 at 11, broken at 1,500 and broken at 200. So should be dry. Winds are going to be 180 at 11, 180 at 11, and temperature is going to be 28. QNH 3002. All right. Cat config, manual, flap config. We're not taking that many people. I think we're going to be taking flaps 25 today. Ah, good. Still have some water. Anti-ice off. I don't see a need for it. And I think it's no credit for reversers. Spoiler config auto. And brakes are going to be, I think, let's have the keyboard. I think we're going to go with auto brake 3. And that should do it. Landing weight, I'm not sure, but if I was going to estimate, I'd probably say somewhere around 385,000. We're not burning that much fuel. Okay, so max manual 4,527 feet with a VREF of 150. Auto brake 3 is going to take 7,189 feet, so we should be fine. And now we can send the output to the FMC, complete, and there we go. Now with the numbers in place, I should be able to call up for boarding. So let's go ahead and request that now. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and get ourselves set up top. All right, give me some eyes. Batteries on. We've already got the external power connected. Battery test is high. That's good. And we've got window heats on. Not that we need them, just the force of habit. I wish that my in-cabin sounds were working. Let me double check and see if there's a reason why. Add-on manager. I don't know. That's okay. That's okay. We'll keep going. And glare shield panel on. Cargo fire armed. Beacon shouldn't be on right now, but we'll go ahead and turn the nav and logo lights on. And air conditioning and packs. We should be okay. Okay, let's go ahead and get downstairs and start getting things prepped. Oh, excuse me. I said 180 passengers. There we go. And flaps 5. CG is 21%, 4.5. And numbers are in place. Index. We'll get MCO set up as the airport. That's weird. I'm not getting, it doesn't look like I'm getting any audio out to this, to the stream. Let me double check something. Oh, I know why. There we go. Glad I checked. Okay, so we're gate 58, which I have rigged to be a heavy gate. But it doesn't like that gate number, so whatever. Scania driver, hello and welcome aboard. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We're in P3D today, flying from Orlando to Nassau in the Bahamas. Happy to have you aboard. Okay, we're going to Mike Yankee, November, November. And flight number is going to be American 107 Heavy. And let's see. Let me go back. Oh, what are my reserves? Reserves are going to be, let's see, an extra 30. And we're cruising at flight level 390. Seems a bit excessive, but that's what they said. That's what we'll take. Easiest thing to do. Cost index is going to be 2.8. And I think that's all I need. I think. I could be wrong, but it's not saying pre-flight complete, so I'm wondering what's going on. Did I forget to file something? I don't think so. I cannot speak German, unfortunately. I've debated learning it, but I'm also in the process of learning, um, let me see, French, Italian, Japanese, and I dabbled with learning some Korean, but it kind of escapes me. But welcome aboard, and my apologies for not being able to speak German. God bless Germany. Let me go ahead and go to the route page, and I think I can just choose the departure out of MCO. We're taking 18 right. What departure did I choose? I chose the Danny 3, and I don't know if this even exists, so I'm going to have to go and pick a different departure for my charts. So bear with me temporarily. Sorry about that. Let me go back to flights and choose the departure again. There's the Orlando 6 departure, which is quite simplified, which I can probably take out of multiple runways. Do we still have the Jag 6 or the McCoy 2? I don't think so. Closest thing we have is the Orlando 4 departure, and then we'll activate that, go to Performance Init, and now my pre-flight's complete. You wanted to edit a GLTF file from Microsoft Flight Simulator with the add-on, but you always get an error message when importing the file. You wanted to edit a GLTF file. That's interesting. I've never had that before. I usually create my stuff, but let me do a quick search and see what I can find. Um, Error importing GLTF. So Blender, error importing GLTF from MSFS. Error with code when trying to import model in Blender. Yeah, sometimes those error messages are very difficult to understand. I know that when I work with Blender, I think it's called Blender to MSFS, and there are a couple of add-ons that I use that actually allow me to save in GLTF 2.0 format. So depending on the software that you're using, depending on the GLTF file you're trying to import, and if you're using MSFS or Microsoft Flight Simulator or FS 2020, my suggestion is this. If you have not installed, or I'm sorry, if you have not reinstalled Blender in a while, one possible thing to do is to reinstall Blender and to reinstall your add-ons. If you don't want to do that, try to search online and see if there's a way to delete temporary files or kind of like settings, although that might wind up affecting the add-ons or the way you use Blender. So I wouldn't necessarily suggest that either. Start with the simplest thing that you can change. Take a look at the GLTF file itself. Was it meant for Microsoft Flight Simulator or FS 2020? Do you have the latest version of the, GLTF importer or the Blender to MSFS or MSFS to Blend add-on? Sometimes updates to those add-ons or updates to Blender might break the process that's used to import those files. Now, again, I'm going to apologize in advance because it's entirely possible that I don't understand everything that's involved with importing files, but Let me also put a link in chat that gets um, that gets you some info. So this is what I found online so far, and let me give you the search that I ran just in case you have questions. So use that as well and see what you can find. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Sogan. I'm not sure if integrity checks or hashes sometimes have an effect on what you're working on. And let me get the waypoints for the route set up. And we're going to go from vectors. Oh, yeah, sure. Let me think. How can I put this? How can I write this more easily? Okay, I'll write it in chat so you can translate it. So I'll make it as simple as possible. Check the integrity of your GLTF file. The file may the GLTF may need to be downloaded again. If the file is okay, check Blender and the settings for your MSFS GLTF file add-on. You might try, you can also try to start a new project and import the file there. So there you go. Now, some of it is potentially going to get lost in translation, but that will hopefully get you started. Okay, and it sounds like we just finished loading. So let me finish getting the flight plan set. So we're going to be flying, I think we're going to be flying direct to board. Let me change that. Yeah, we're going to take the Orlando 6 instead. Yeah, there we go. And then we're going to go to direct board. Is that 2 R's? Yes. Really? Board's not found? Okay. Whatever. We'll go direct to Pahotki instead. So we're going to go direct to the Papa Hotel Kilo VOR. Oh, I forgot to delete that. But wait, did I misspell that? Bravo Oscar Romeo Romeo Delta. Bravo Oscar Romeo Romeo Delta. I guess it doesn't have that waypoint. I might need to update that somehow. I thought I did. You're welcome. Hopefully that works for you. Okay, so let's go to Pahokee directly instead. That works. Phew. And then we're going to go to Bimini, which is Zulu Bravo Victor. Zulu Bravo Victor. That's another VOR. And then from there, we're going to go to Ray J, Prune, and Hinsey. Ray J, Prune? Yes, Prune. And Hinsey. And then once we have those waypoints entered, we can work on the arrival into Nassau. So we're going to take the ILS for runway 14 straight from Hinsey. And with our performance info entered, we should be able to go direct. Now, here's the question. Do I want to do this on VATSIM? We do have some traffic, I'm sorry, we do have some ATC available and we do have some traffic out of there. So theoretically I could. And it's been a while since I've been on the frequency anyway, so I might want to just like dust off my skills. It's also been a while since I've flown on VATSIM, period. Let me see. Let me go ahead and grab the flight plan so they can take a look at it. I think I picked Orlando 4, did I not? Yeah. So let me go ahead and go to flight plan, set myself up. Oh, I got to sign up for it? Okay. I guess I do have to sign up for it. How about that? Let's get on the VAT, shall we? All right. All right. Give me a few moments, chat. I am filing my flight plan. And flight planning. Here we go. File a flight plan and call sign American 107 Heavy, IFR, Boeing 788. Wake category Heavy. Equipment. Hold on. There's a much easier way for me to pre-file. I will pre-file on VATSIM. And now I can get that put in. And the flight plan is going to be the Orlando 4, direct Pahotki, direct Zulu Bravo Victor, direct Hinzi. And remarks TCAS Sim Brief, P3D V5, quality wings 787, 787, um, Navigraph failed to update FMC, so Orlando 4 is best departure. We'll take radar vectors as required. Okay, so I just filed my flight plan and I can go ahead and get logged in. I'll also take a few seconds to make sure that my stuff is ready to go. And we will do B788 Boeing Dreamliner. Again, I'm not sure what my CellCal code is, so we'll do what we can. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my traffic options and nullify them because I'm going to be flying with people on the network. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is double check. Okay, I can't transmit. That's good. And let's take a look at some maps, shall we? My flight plan is filed. And I'm going to go ahead and check the charts for Orlando. What's the CTAF frequency here? What do we have? What do we have? Tower, ground, Orlando clearance, D8. Weather in Orlando? Weather is standby. Weather is 19013. Clouds scattered at 3,500, broken at 4,700, broken at flight level 250. Temperature 30, dew point 21. The altimeter is 2990. Okay, where is the CTAF frequency? I don't think this has a CTAF frequency. This does have ATIS for departure. You know what? Let's tune ATIS for a few seconds. See if it actually gives me data. So give me navrad and, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I can't do that there, can I? Okay, no worries. Oh, of course, it's down here. And while I'm looking, I'm going to go ahead and grab the data for ILS. So we're going to take the ILS approach from Hinzi into 1-4. And that's going to be, show me the info, please. En route, en route. Oh, you know what? That's a good question. Let me take a look at the briefing. So basically between Pahotki and Hinzi, winds aloft are going to be mostly from the west. So like top of climb is going to be like 259er at 7.2, top of descent 266 at 6.3, and by the time we get to Hinzi, winds will be 187 at 1.1. If I take a look at windy.com to get additional info, I can tell you that right now. Let me get rain. Doesn't look like we have rain in the forecast. We do have some rain in the panhandle, but we're nowhere near that. And give me satellite weather radar. Yeah, we got some thunder boomers up north. But yeah, nothing near us. So conditions should not impact our ability to fly there. They shouldn't. And no, I think we're good now. Go back to flights. Okay, let me check my thing again. Yeah, 120525. Let's get some ATIS.
Orlando Airport information X-ray 1810 Zulu. Wind 197 at 13. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition 3,500. Scattered. Ceiling or...
Okay, so that's the actual ATIS from the sim. So we do have ATIS information. What's the ATIS frequency? It's 12125. Let's swap.
Orlando Airport information Echo 1810 Zulu. Wind 197 at 13. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition 3,500. Scattered. Ceiling 4,000.
No, that's still from the sim. I'm reading it straight from VATSPY. Information's alpha 196 at 13, and the altimeter is 29990. Okay, so that's fine. Approaches. Where is it? ILS approach to runways 18 right and 17 left in use. And information alpha. Okay, yeah, there shouldn't be a problem. I don't think so, at least. All right, so we're fully loaded right now. Somebody's around here. Let's go ahead and close up shop. Yeah, so let's close the bulk cargo door. close aft and front cargo. And close up the front door and dismiss the jetway. Okay, so we should be able to get the APU started up and we should be able to get going shortly. Beacon light on. Dome light can come off. And unless I'm missing something, we should be ready to start pushing back shortly. Da 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 da. No, I think we should be okay. All right, I checked. I saw nothing of the sort for CTAF frequency, unless I'm missing something. Da 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 da. Departure, departure, clearance, ground. And who's on right now? Approaches. So nobody else is available. 1248. Let's do 1248 and just make sure we're good. Okay, comm frequency is set. Nobody's on frequency. Unless my audio is bad. Let me double check. It should be good. Yeah. Well, at departure, good afternoon. American 197 Heavy is a type Boeing 787-800. Gate 58, airside 3 at Orlando. IFR clearance to Nassau, please.
American 197, you can ask the clearance to the tower, 118.45.
118.45 for American 197 Heavy. Thanks.
Previous 136, New Airspace, Jackson Center close, that's service terminated, frequency change approved. Frequency change approved for straight range 136, see you.
Philippines 8731 Heavy. We are right at the cargo ramp.
Philippine 8731 Heavy, roger. I don't have a flight plan on file for you. Are you wanting me to make one for you, or do you want to file that?
Is one mandatory for just approaches?
No, I was just checking if you had one. So can you give me your aircraft type and equipment suffix?
Yes, standby one.
Orlando Tower, good afternoon. American 197 Heavy, Gate 58, airside 3, requesting IFR to Nassau.
American 197, I'm going to have a reroute for you. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, kind of expected that.
2763 information, Romeo, ready to taxi.
Southwest 2763, thanks for Romeo. Runway 18 left, taxi via Gulf, Juliet, Charlie, Bravo 1.
20 left via Gulf, Juliet, Charlie, Bravo 1, Southwest 2763.
Okay, so reroute inbound, that's fine. I'll get myself set up while we wait. 120 should be good. Let's take 160 for the bigger one.
Right, and American 197, I see your remarks about not having up-to-date ARAC. Can you just check if you have the Bahama Route 63 Victor? That would be the standard routing to get you into there.
We'll go check in right now, American 197 Heavy.
Main thing is I'm not sure if what you filed still exists, so.
So should be Bravo Romeo 55 Victor. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to, I think, get rid of these. Can I delete them? Um, all right. Take Hinsey, go all the way up to here. Execute, which is essentially the same plan, but now I can kind of like interfere, hopefully. Bravo Romeo 55 Victor. Bloop. Yes, I can, but at the same time, I kinda can't. Let's see. All right, so what I need to do is to move this up to here. Oh no, wait, hold on. Can I delete something?
Tower for Philippines.
Philippines 8731, do you have your aircraft type?
Aircraft type A350-900 and equipment potential.
I just need the FAA equipment code, so are you GPS capable and capable of RVSM?
We are able on both.
Roger, then you'll just be slant Lima in the US. And are you looking to, which approach are you looking to practice?
We'll take visual, vectors for visual, and running.
Yes, we are. We're going to the Bahamas.
Roger.
That's right. Okay, I think I just fixed it. So we're going to go vectors to Pohanki, then the Mini, and then the Bravo Romeo 55 Victor to Hinsey, and then the ILS approach. Orlando Tower, American 197 Heavy, does have Bravo Romeo 55 Victor, and we'll reconfigure the flight plan as such.
That's the one you filed. Here, I'll just send you the routing that I'd like to put you on. You can see if that works.
All right, should get a message shortly. It's probably going to be the exact same thing. It's just, extra legwork that I did on my end. Here we go. Orlando 6 to Tango Romeo Victor, BR62V, Zulu Foxtrot Papa. Yeah, Bravo Romeo 63 Victor, Z Quebec Alpha. It's probably going to be the same thing. So let me do this. Can I edit it? Yes, I can. All right. Let's see. Orlando 6. Direct TRV. And then we're going to go, what was it?
Philippines 8731, I have your clearance.
Yeah, ready.
Philippines 8731, cleared to the Orlando airport via radar vectors. On departure, climb maintain 3000. Departure frequency 124.8. Squawk 7465.
Could you repeat the last part? Transport?
7465.
Clear to Orlando Virus directors, English climb 3000, departures with radar 124.8, squawk is 7465, value being 87.1 heavy.
Philippines 8731 Heavy, read back correct, expect 18 right for departure. Southwest 2763, wind is 190 at 13, RNAV Villains, runway 18 left, cleared to take off.
Alright, Villains, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff, Southwest 2763.
All right, so we're going to take Tango Romeo Victor instead. And then we're going to take...
Philippines 8731 Heavy, for your planning purposes, you can expect a departure heading of 270.
I expect heading to 70 Philippines 87.1 heavy.
Tango Romeo Victor to Bravo 62 Victor. Bravo Romeo 62 Victor. 62 Victor. To Zulu Foxtrot Papa.
Philippines 87.1 heavy is ready for push.
That'll be your discretion. You can call me short of Alpha.
Roger, full discussion, no call when short Alpha, Philippines 87.1 heavy.
Southwest 2763, contact departure.
Go over to departure, Southwest 2763, we'll see you.
And probably Kure. All right, so we have Zulu Foxtrot Papa, and then should be Bravo Romeo 63 Victor. Healthy crosswind from the right.
Philippines 87.1 heavy, calling short Alpha.
It may be more down the nose, actually.
Philippines 8731 Heavy, runway 18 right, taxi via Alpha, Bravo 1, and advisory of information Romeo.
Alpha Bravo 1, and we have Romeo, Philippines 87.1.
Thank you.
Let me try this again. Nope, it keeps picking the missed approach. So we're going to do this. I'm going to take Bravo Romeo 63 Victor. And now I think it works. I think? Where's Angie? No. It should be Hank's.
197 Heavy, does that routing work for you?
Orlando Tower, we're untangling a big knot with the flight plan. It should be fine. I have most of the waypoints, so I just need to spend some time recalculating, but that's it. Yeah, at this point I might like reset the entire thing, but I wish there was a way just to hit like a master delete button on this thing. It would have been much easier that way. But let me try it. We're going to deselect everything.
American 197, sorry, I had somebody talking to me. You said that routing will work for you.
Yeah, that'll be fine. I just need to reset my flight computer. Where's my hammer?
Roger, American 197, full route clearance available, advise ready to copy.
Ready to copy, American 197 Heavy.
American 197 Heavy, cleared to the Lyndon Pindling Airport, Orlando 6 departure, radar vectors Treasure VOR, Tango Romeo Victor, Bahama Route 62 Victor, that's Bravo Romeo 62 Victor, Zulu Foxtrot Papa VOR, Bravo Romeo 63 Victor, Zulu Quebec Alpha VOR. Climb maintain 5,000, expect flight level 390, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 124.8, squawk 7613.
America 107 Heavy cleared to London Pendling via the Orlando 6 departure. Treasure transition, Bravo Romeo 62 Victor to Zulu Papa Foxtrot, then Bravo Romeo 63 Victor to Zulu Quebec Alpha. Climbing 5,000, expecting 390, 10 minutes after departure. Departure 124.8, squawking 7613.
American 197, that'll be Zulu Foxtrot, then Papa. And my apologies, the initial altitude is 7,000.
Okay, not a problem. Orlando 6, Treasure, Bravo Romeo 62 Victor, then Zulu Foxtrot Papa to the rest, and climbing 7,000 initial.
American 197, read back correct. Expect runway 17 right for departure.
Expecting 17 right for departure, and we can assume we can push back at our discretion, correct?
Affirmative.
All right, Wilco, 197 Heavy, thanks. Okay, back in the box we go. Like I said...
Hopefully you can get that FMC updated next time.
Indeed. Thank you so much for your patience. Yeah,
And did you find the camera?
Yeah, but that would be a more permanent fix, so you know.
The Philippine 87 Heavy ready.
That's
Philippines
cool.
8731 Heavy, wind 190 at 13, runway 18 right, cleared for takeoff, fly heading 270.
Copy the winds, clear for takeoff. After the departure, fly 270, Philippine 87 Heavy.
All right, so I'm going to get myself in the box for a little bit, make sure my flight plan is set, and hopefully that should take care of us. Orlando 6 instead of the 4, but that shouldn't be a problem. And Orlando Vector's direct treasure, Bravo Romeo 62 Victor should be Zulu Foxtrot Papa. Zulu Foxtrot Papa. And then we're going to go to Bravo Romeo 63 Victor. Again. Direct Zulu Quebec Alpha. Please don't give me the missed approach. Thank you so much. Okay, and from there we can literally do the rest of the planning for the arrival. And the arrival is going to be the ILS 14, and that should be it. Let's go to legs and make sure we clean up that mess. So Hanks, which is exactly where we meet up, and then we go to Zulu Quebec Alpha. Oh, okay. It wants me to put in the ILS again. That's fine. That's fine. And we're going to take it from where? From Muni? That's actually a good question. We could go direct Hinsey. If we're going to overfly, I don't want to fly over people's heads. We'll get back on the bottom arc towards the ILS. So we'll go direct Hinsey. And that should take care of the flight plan. Okay, Zulu Quebec Alpha, then radar vectors to Hinsey. And that's it. Zulu Quebec Alpha is where we hold if we go missed. Okay. What's my missed approach altitude? It's going to be 2,000 feet, climbing left turn. And that's it. Now I feel more comfortable with this. Now I think we're ready to go. Okay, so that took a while, and my apologies in advance, but at least we're set. Also, we have somebody parking in the same spot. That's fine. Also flying a 787. Go figure. People like parking here. All right, let's go ahead and do a pushback then. We'll get on our way. Let's see. Catering's completed. Deboarding's not available. That's fine. We're going to request pushback. We should be leaving momentarily. Initial is going to be 7,000. And what's the deviation for 18 right? That's going to be 185. Okay, so that certainly took longer than I wanted it to, but
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
we're done now, right? Are you over there somewhere? Can't see you. You probably got right into the nose.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Yeah, so I'm gonna push tail left. And how are we upstairs? APU gen's on.
Locking gear.
Take the wheel chocks off. External power's gone. Wheel chocks are gone. Tail left. Well, tail right's probably gonna give me more room.
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay, parking brakes. Release.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, there we go. Pushing back, let's go ahead and hit engine number 2. MavVB, hello, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Digi fam. We're departing Orlando for a flight to Nassau today. Took me a little while to get started. We're flying on VATSIM, but they were very patient with me. And I will want to check what's going on with the FMC, because I would have assumed it would have actually been available with the newest stuff. And I did update my nav data as of last week or 2 weeks ago, so I'm not sure why it would be so weird. Okay, let's go with engine 1. And what's my squawk code? It's 7613. TARA, there we go. Now we should be squawking mode, Charlie.
For 320.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, so we should be about an hour for the flight time. Maybe a little less, but we'll probably be wrapped up around 3 o'clock.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Yep, can confirm. Thank you very much. Now, we'll do a quick flight controls check to make sure we're good to go here. All right, so full left and full right. One more time. Full forward, full back. Full left and full right deflection. And spoiler deploy. We're good. Spoilers armed. And flaps to 5, please. And trim is already set, and we should be okay at this point.
Power, Philippine 87 Heavy for 18 right, touch and go.
Wing 320, contact departure.
Departure for Spirit 320.
And Philippines 8731 Heavy, will this be a full stop, or are you making a touch and go low approach?
Do you clear for the options?
Are you planning to do a full stop, or do you want to fly the missed approach as well?
Touch and go this time.
Roger. Philippines 8731 Heavy, wind 190 at 13, runway 18 right, cleared touch and go. On departure, fly runway heading.
Clear for touch and go or on departure or on the heading, Philippines 8731 Heavy.
Didn't let my left engine finish setting up. Sorry about that.
Lando Tower, Southwest 5121 with information, Romeo, ready for taxi.
Southwest 5121, thanks for Romeo. Runway 18 left, taxi via Juliet, Charlie, Bravo 1.
Juliet, Charlie, Bravo 1 for runway 18 left, Southwest 5121.
Philippines 8731 Heavy, correction to the departure instructions. After you pass the departure end of the runway, you can fly heading 270 and climb to 3000. Philippines 8731 Heavy, after your departure, once you pass over the departure end, it'll be 270 and up to 3000.
It will be heading 270, 2000, Philippines 8731.
Had to cycle the APU because the left engine didn't finish starting up. But good things. A little bit of practice, I guess. %. I'm glad this happened before we started taxiing. There we go. We're going through 80% on the way up to 100. So now we should be able to get the engine restarted. There we go. Oh, also, I never turned on the fuel flow. That would most likely explain why. Good times, good times. Excellent. Hey, if you're gonna mess up on stream. There we go. That's the sound I like to hear. Engine number 1 coming up. Yeah, the thing that bothers me more is not messing up with the engine startup. It's just the fact that my FMC data for the quality wings isn't updating. I gotta double check that. Okay, now the generators are on and running. We can turn the APU back off, and now we should be good.
8731 Heavy, contact departure, see you soon.
Where is it?
That's kind of annoying. No lie. All right, parking brake release. Here we go. And let's get ourselves set. Orlando Tower, American 107 Heavy with information Alpha at Bravo 6, ready to taxi.
American 197 Heavy, information Romeo is current. Let me know when you have that. Runway 17 right, act via Charlie, Juliet, Golf, Hotel 1.
Tower, Southwest 5121 will be ready for immediate departure at 1 o'clock.
Roger. American 197 Heavy, it'll be 17 right via Charlie, Juliet, Golf, Hotel 1.
Understood. 17 right via Charlie, Juliet, Golf, Hotel 1, and we have information Romeo from American 197 Heavy.
Thank you. And Southwest 5121, on departure, Arnav Villains, runway 18 left, cleared for takeoff.
On departure, Arnav Villains, clear for takeoff, 18 left, Southwest 5121.
Orlando Tower, this is departure flight 8831. I noticed you gave me 17 right for departure. I was wondering if I could get 18 left since I'm on airside 1.
Roger, I'll check with departure. You can probably get that. And can you verify your equipment is slant Lima?
Yeah, I'll do that real quick. Departure flight 8831.
I
Okay.
can only amend it on my end at this point. Just make sure you file that next time.
All right, Roger.
Charlie, Juliet, Golf, Hotel, Lima. Tower, American 107 Heavy, confirm 17 right or 17 left for departure?
It'll be 17 right.
17 right, American 107 Heavy, thanks. Okay. I think I don't need to go to Lima,
Final runway 17 left.
but I know where to go.
Fairwings 963 or Land Tower, wind 190 at 13, runway 17 left, clear to land.
Yeah, copy the winds, clear to land 17 left, spare wings 963.
All right, we'll take wing lights on too.
Southwest 5121, contact departure.
Contact departure, Southwest 5121, good day.
All right, we're gonna put a little pep in our step with like a 20-knot taxi out of here, because we've got a ways to go.
Where do you depart out of? I'm just trying to find a gate for you.
Yeah, we got 22, or no, yeah, we got 22 set up for us.
Roger.
One, 2, 4, 8 for departure. Got it. And confirm that there on the chart. Excuse me, the vPilot UI. Yep, 124.8. 124.8. Seen twice. Driver like you stole it. Considering I will most likely never have a whatchamacallit license in my life, that's quite possibly a reality. But considering I really, 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 really don't want to spend time in a jail cell, like ever, let's not. Or at least I know I won't. I was clipping at like 15 to 20 knots just now, though, so. Good stuff. I'm liking the scenery. We are at Taxi to Gate, Orlando. This was version 1 before they remade a version 2 for P3D V5. I figured out how to get some of the visual anomalies out of the way. I couldn't fix everything. I couldn't fix the ground scenery issues, but that's fine.
Southwest 2362 Orlando Tower, wind 190 at 13, runway 18 right, clear to land.
18 right, clear to land, Southwest 2362, thanks.
One thing's for sure, it's been a while since I visited this place IRL, so hope to come back soon. Ooh, yeah, boy, we're clipping. 30 knot taxi, anyone? All right. So we're on Juliet right now, and we're gonna go to Golf, then hook on Hotel, and probably hold short of 17 right for departure. So welcome aboard, everybody. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Sorry for the delays getting out of Orlando, but that was mostly my fault with the FMC that I have, not wanting to update to the latest software that I installed. I'm gonna have to double check that. But the Quality Wings is not the only aircraft that I have.
Final will be full stop.
Philippines 8731 Heavy, Orlando Tower. You're 5 miles in trail of a Boeing 737. I'd recommend you slow down a little bit, but wind 190 at 13, runway 18 right, clear to land.
Clear to land and permission to scooch over to 18 left.
Philippines 8731 Heavy, change to runway 18 left, runway 18 left, clear to land.
18 left, clear to land, Philippines 8731.
And I still will have the same miles and trail separation, so I need you within, well, I need a minimum of 3 miles, otherwise I'll have to send you around.
We'll call Philippines 8731.
And coming up on Hotel. Doesn't show me, though. That's
weird.
weird.
Parallel.
Yeah, I gotta go to San Francisco for that, and they do a lot of go-arounds there.
Too many.
Spirit Wings 963, clear 17 left at Foxtrot.
Spirit Wings 963, taxi via Foxtrot, hold short, runway 17 right.
Taxi via Foxtrot and we'll hold short 17 right, Spirit Wings 963.
Orlando Tower, American 107 Heavy, holding short 17 right at Hotel.
American 197 Heavy, on departure, flight heading 160, runway 17 right, clear for takeoff.
17 right, clear for takeoff, on departure 160 heading, American 107 Heavy. All right, let's get the show on the road, shall we? Parking brakes off. Everything lights up. Taxi light off. Strobe light on. And that should be everything. Let's go. Flight attendants, seats for departure, please. Do like me some vintage flight sim every once in a while. And P3D does not disappoint. All right, let's not waste any time.
Southwest 2362, welcome to Orlando. Left when able, hold short 18 left.
Left when able, hold short 18 left, Southwest 2362, thanks.
And stable, and full toga.
Central aircraft departure information, Sierra now current, wind 190 at 14, altimeter 2986.
120 knots. B1 in rotation.
Spirit Wings 963, cross runway 17 right on Foxtrot. And you can take the right on
Positive rate of climb, gear up.
Charlie 1 into airside.
Tower, I forgot that there was an A350 landing on 18 left.
Philippines 8731 Heavy, keep it rolling to the end, right on Bravo 10.
1000.
Bravo 10, Philippines 87.
Hey, it's Fair Wings 963. We copy cross 17 right at Foxtrot Charlie 1 to airside 1.
American 197, contact departure.
Over to departure, 197 Heavy. Thanks. Orlando departure, American 107 Heavy is 3,200 to 7,000 on the Orlando 6.
American 197 Heavy, Orlando departure, radar contact, turn left heading 140, climb and maintain 14,000.
Left 140 and 14,000, American 107 Heavy. Not bad. All right, here we go. Flaps up. Nose light can come off. Landing lights still on. Coming up on 7,000. North American land class scenery looking good. Lots of clouds today. Bye-bye, Orlando. Do like me a good 787 flight, even if it's a quick charter. Not really a charter, but an hour is like almost like a ferry flight to me. Landing lights off. Okay. Gear is up. Flaps are up. Lights are off. There we go.
American 196, enemy my airspace, Miami closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Over to Unicom for American 197 Heavy. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
All right, let's finish the rest of the ascent. Anybody around me I need to announce to? Let's see. No, not really. I'll probably just say it for the benefit of practice. Orlando traffic, American 107 Heavy is type Boeing 787-800, 13,200, climbing flight level 390 on the Orlando 6, direct Treasure. Final call. I'm sorry I missed your last comment, Sogan. Talking about the reshade on FSX, I will tell you that I was tempted to reinstall a bunch of stuff for MSFS a while ago. I'm sorry, not MSFS. I was tempted to reinstall a bunch of stuff for FSX a while ago. And I kind of wisely bowed out because, and I'm going to lower my volume here, because I didn't want to like get back in the trap, the trap of like trying to squeeze as much performance as I could out of that sim to make it look as good as, say, P3D or X-Plane did at one point. Because I installed so much into FSX at one point that I literally, and I kid you not, I don't know what happened. Like I think I kind of broke the sim. There were too many additional AFCAT files that I installed. There were I don't know, maybe too many airplanes that I had, and it just wouldn't want to fire up, which is weird, utterly weird in one sense, but not because I had so many updates to AFCADs for the airports that I was flying to. I was trying to do a world tour at one point, and it just failed spectacularly. But it's okay, you only learn by failing sometimes. So I I quite literally just said, okay, and then I installed, I think, X-Plane on the first PC rig that I had, and I started using that because it had updated airport information and scenery, basic scenery, but still it was updated airports. So I did that. P3D V5, when I got it, I was just like, one of the last people to show up to the party. And realistically, maybe I should have just saved my money for, I should have saved my money for like everything else because I had so much of the stuff installed. But I don't know. Well, there was a lot that I installed, and I don't know if I want to know how much I installed. Hey, Ground Control to Major Tom, commencing countdown, engines on, check ignition, and may God's love be with you. Man, what a song. What a song. I'm gonna have to listen to that. Coffee Cup Arcade, my friend, it is so good to have you in chat. I hope that you and your family are well. I know you were going through a kind of a, just I'm away from streaming phase for a while, but I'm glad to talk to you. I am at the controls of the 787-800, and we're flying from Orlando to Nassau in the Bahamas today. I elected to fly on VATSIM, and I had to redo my flight plan because the FMC updates that I had were old. And even though, I would have assumed the updates would have worked, apparently the computer's FMC was wrong. And I think the reason why is because I reinstalled the plane after I updated everything. But it's no problem. ATC was very patient with me, gave me a new flight plan. We filed it. I taxied around the terminal and we took off. You should follow me to the Bahamas. Oh man, Caribbean food and lemonade on me, my friend. Welcome aboard. Folks, if you don't know Seriously I'm a Pilot, I like to follow him, and he's a good friend of the channel. I'm creating Kilo Papa Yankee Mike for him and for Eric Flight in MSFS. But today I'm just taking a break and flying one more flight on P3D for the weekend. This actually wraps up the week that I took off to be with Mrs. Digi. She had surgery on Monday to correct something. It wasn't like, life-threatening, praise the Lord. It was one of those situations where it's like it's outpatient and it's routine, but routine doesn't mean it's painless or easy. So we came back from the hospital, and I've been doing my best to help her, or trying to do my best to help her recover. Yeah, I remember. Dude, Coffee Cup, if you stream tonight, I will so tune in. Plain Jane's having a Reuben. Huh. Well, that's great. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I'd like to be at an airport just as a passenger flying somewhere. And you get to go to an airport that you've probably flown into and out of more than a few times. I do have to apologize to those watching. I'm normally a scenery developer, and I did feel like some of the air got out of my balloon over the past several months. And I think the reason why was because I had so much that I was focused on in terms of getting my work done IRL. I fried my brain, and I just stuff got crummy. Not gonna lie, but the Lord is good, and I'm looking at the other side of it now. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. Mrs. Digi is doing some crafting right now, of all things. But I think after the flight, it's going to be just in time for probably for me to help her to get stuff done. And as a matter of fact, I need to be on my guard, making sure that she's able to keep in touch with me. So I'm going to take off the silent mode on my phone, and if you guys hear notifications, that's just why. So actually, hold on. Hold on. I can't do it that way. That's why stuff is different. Yeah, true. I will agree, Sogan. Variety is definitely the spice of life. And flying in P3D is definitely spicy. it's, it's because you and I need to make a retro game. Absolutely. Where's my head? I could have had a V8. Of course you're right, CCA. We do need to make a retro game, and we will be in touch. Brain fog and brain fright is a real thing. Yeah, yeah. Dude, can I be real with you guys? I was raised with a supremely powerful work ethic from my parents, whom I'm still grateful to have and who I should be more in touch with. So I'm probably going to give them a call tonight. But they taught me so much about doing what's necessary. And I think at least part of their efforts are the reason why I am as far as I am in terms of life and taking care of Mrs. Digi and doing stuff. But okay, at the same time, sure. Do I try to do the absolute best I can in everything? Yeah. Does that fry my brain? Yeah. But the experience that it teaches me and everything that's come to happen as a result of me pushing far beyond my limits has taken me to places that I don't think I would have gotten to otherwise. Thank you, CCA. Yeah, yeah, we're definitely staying in touch on that, so no worries. As a matter of fact, I put up some stuff in chat in your Discord, CCA, about the little program I was working on. Made a high score thing, made it to score. I was having more fun with it. I just think that there are points in life where we get to places where we're like, like, why isn't stuff happening faster? You know. That's the thing, Sogan. I discount the power of getting the tiniest thing done. The way you win at life, in my opinion, is through small, consistent wins over time. Showing up is a superpower. Doing your work every day is a superpower. Being able to push through stuff like that, especially when life's scary or weird or unusual, like, you develop grit and resilience sometimes just by staying put. Yeah, man. Listen, I tell people this left and right, but I never tell people this to shove it down their throats. I am a believer and a follower of Jesus Christ. Jesus is my everything. He's the reason why I'm sane and not, just dead or worse. As a believer, I'm grateful for the personal relationship with God through Christ that helps me through my darkest of days. And I've had blue days and I've had scary moments. Um, I tell this to people all the time. I want everyone I know to come to a relationship with Christ. But if that's not what you want, I am happy to have you here and just grateful for your company. And I wish you nothing but the best today. I will say the past several months have been a tester, and I'm grateful to be looking at them even from a more relaxed perspective. Checklists. Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's something I would have to say that there's something palpable about knowing that you pushed hard against the rocks and you made your own way. I am eternally grateful for my parents' support, but I'm also appreciative of the people that I've seen that have had to make their own way and summon the strength to keep going. You look at successful people and you do not see how many nights they've sat by themselves in their living room crying or looking at problems that they can't solve and thinking, I have no idea how to do this. And yet 6 months later, they're starting up their like third successful company, or they figure out a way to get from point A to point B, and now they don't have that problem with their legs, or now they're married, or now they figure out how to solve their math problem, which can now launch a space shuttle to, I don't know, Mars or something. I'm just making stuff up, but you get the point. Yes. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, Small, consistent steps win over time. Like reading a few pages of like a 10,000 page book over the course of 5 years. You will get from one point to the other. You'll get from the beginning of the book to the end of the book, even just reading a few pages a day. And something like that just builds character or educates you and says, hey, this is possible. That's true. When you're fried, work ethic doesn't mean a thing. You can look at your screen and you're like, I don't have the ability to do anything right now. I can legitimately tell you there were moments the past couple of months, the past several months, when I looked at my screen and I'm like, I can't do this right now. I don't have the energy. Mrs. Digi can tell you. She has been in a separate room in the house, and I've been in the office room in the house, and she has felt my stress levels. Like, life can get rough sometimes. So yep, I'm right there with you. A car with no fuel is an over-engineered wagon. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree, Sarah. CCA, the honor is mine. Thank you for being a part of my journey. Thanks for coming along with me on this pretend flight and also just spending time shooting the breeze. This is what life is about for me. Being able to break stuff down with friends. And there are some very good physical friends that I've had that I've missed because they've moved away. They've moved to different states. They've moved to different parts of the country. I have family in different parts of the world. And, if the love is there, distance is just, I don't know, a number you have to get past in the odometer. But being able to shoot the breeze with you guys, this is good. This is good. And believe it or not, this is This is just about as valuable. Actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. This is more valuable than dollar bills, than money. Although I would like some extra change to go to Flight Sim Expo this year in Vegas, and I'm really not sure if it's going to happen right now because we're really tight on money. Um, Hanging out with you guys, this means the world to me. Nice. So you're on a waiting list. Okay, okay, and that's Taunton. So maybe I'll start a project on that as well. Hashtag Digi has too many airports. But I hope that you are very successful with your upcoming airplane endeavors. Thank you, CCA. I appreciate that. It's nice to be able to hang out with people and to be able to call people friends, especially in this day and age. Like I I'll be the first person to tell you, like, I remember when we were kids and we took our friendships for granted, or when we figured, oh well, blah blah blah, like when we get to where we get, like, we'll be with friends and family or whatever. I look around and there are some good friends that are no longer with me because they've passed on. And it kind of quiets you down. You really begin to understand, hey, I really want to make sure I don't wreck this. Like I want to be way more cognizant of my time with others. Oh man, serious, guilty as charged. I mean, I am so grateful for you. I'm grateful for so many of my friends online. And Mrs. Digi and I get this more than a little bit from other people. They're like, why do you call them friends? Like you don't even you've never met them face to face. Like you've never shaken their hand. And it's like we've been through stuff together because we're all nerds. Yarp. Love your soul, my friend. Love you sincerely. You guys and your journeys and your adventures have been amazing. um, you know, Popcorn generating stuff of legend. So definitely grateful to have you guys along for the ride. Speaking of the ride, we're going to be flying over Grand Bahama in probably about 2 or 3 minutes. If you can actually take a look out the window. Let me see. Hold up. Let me go. Oh, no, wait. I do this. Way down there is the island of Grand Bahama. And really, from like 39,000 feet, uh, land class scenery looks beautiful. It's not ortho, and I don't care. P3D is performing so nicely on my computer right now. I'm happy. I'm not making fun of you because your plane has a parachute. Are you kidding? That's innovation. I like that. You can't flare on touchdown with a parachute. You're gonna go whomp when you touch down, but that's a lifesaver. Like, if you're flying along and you experience massive structural failure, you might still be able to pull yourself out of trouble. Okay, so I ain't making fun of you at all, friend. I'm making a shirt for Sun and Fun. Hold caps to be here. Oh my word. All right, stand by chat. Just have to step aside. Wait a minute. It had a shoot CCA? Nice. Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. I just read your past comments, ECA. No handshakes. We're like running hugs. Ah, so dope. So dope. Everyone walked. I like the sound of that. So, top of descent is going to be in about maybe 40 nautical miles. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Yeah, walking away from a crash alive, in good health, generally in one piece. Oh, I'm down. I'm so down. Okay, so we got 20 nautical miles till top of drop, which means I need to set my approach altitude for the arrival. Like, totally. Okay, 2,000 feet at Muni. So 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. And there we go. Okay, so technically now, when we get to top of drop, it should begin descent. I should not have to toggle VNAV, but we'll find out. And bing bong. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed this wonderful catch-up flight to the Bahamas today, to Nassau. We'll be approaching the top of the descent shortly, so please feel free to finish up any business you have in the galley, and we'll come around with a few waters and some light drinks and refreshments to get you taken care of as we begin our descent into Nassau. Local time is, still early o'clock, early in the afternoonish, so you should be able to get down there, have some lovely views, maybe go to the Atlantis Resort or board a cruise ship to the Leeward Islands. We hope you've enjoyed your time with us, and we'll welcome you back on our next trip. You got me reading airplane news now. There was a guy in a Cessna 182 and said to me, "Sirs, huh? Does it come in men's?" And I just stared him down and went, "I'm waiting for you to tell me the joke." Guy just walked away. If I had the opportunity to fly a Cirrus, I would do that in a heartbeat. Period. I think the only other GA plane that I like looking at more than the Cirrus earlier was like the DA-62, the really long wingspan dual engine planes. But I like the Cessna 414. It's pretty. Your controls. Superb. Oh, and look at that. Just like that, we're beginning our descent. There we go. A nice peppy 2,200 feet per minute, and we're coming down from cruise. Stations in the greater Nassau area, American 197 is departing flight level 390 for final approach, runway 14 at Linden Pindeling. Is anybody around me? Is the question. Ha! Nope. I pretty much just spoke into the air. That's cool. We're coming in. And you're going to refuel. Is it on autopilot? Yes, it is. So, I'll give you a kind of rundown. What you're looking at up here is what we typically call the MCP. There may be a more official title for it, but this kind of bar right in front of you. The AP light is on, so that's the master autopilot toggle and indicator. And we have LNAV and VNAV. So LNAV is the thing responsible for pointing the plane where I want it to go. VNAV is the thing responsible for calculating things like descent rate, and airspeed. So the plane right now is descending on a calculated trajectory. If I wasn't using VNav, I'd have to set my own vertical speed, and the vertical speed would then basically descend that same rate no matter what. I'd have to monitor the airspeed myself, and probably have to mess around with the speed brake as well. Now, that does remind me, I want to make sure I arm my auto brakes for arrival. We're going to pick auto brake 3. I can see how IFR is going to be easier, because you kind of have somebody helping you deal with things like all the time, and you have a set flight plan. I can see that. A Commodore 64. Maybe he was a gamer and he just didn't know it. Dude, that's great. That's great. Good on you for buying him a C64 Mini. Oh, VFR flight following can be a problem. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Auto throttle is on, so combined with VNav, our airspeed's being managed, although I feel like we might need to slow down some. I might have to get the boards out. Might have to use some speed brake. But yeah, we can control things like which way the airplane's going, how fast it's climbing or descending, and we can manually tell it what heading to go to if we have to, and we can manually indicate the rate at which we descend or climb altitude. The flight directors, that purple cross, is on, which means you can kind of see which way the plane is going. Oh, nice. Nice. Way to go, CCA. Very nice. Sirius, you told me that, but I forgot you told me that he was in a phenom. Ugh. No. Why? You plan to win Uncle of the Universe. Well, I think doing something nice for someone like that, that's a very nice thing you did. There is something comforting to me about sometimes going back in technology and flying a sim with two-dimensional cloud sprites. Sometimes the cloud formations look amazing. And there is a gentleman that I have listened to in the past. And I'll give you their profile if you ever want to watch them. This is one of my friends. They do not stream with the microphone, barely ever. They do actually do flights on VATSIM. So they'll do communications on VATSIM, but they won't talk to chat with their mic. They'll talk, or they'll type out their stuff and chat. And I like watching him fly, mostly because they do random flights in random planes to places I don't typically go to. Like, he's done flights to, I think, like the either the Seychelles or the Maldives. He's flown, I think, to Iceland, I think he did a flight to Johannesburg in South Africa, around South Africa, Europe. Lots of long distance flights, like from Chicago to London, which I think he either wrapped up or was on his way to wrapping up or something like that. westbound flights from, maybe Frankfurt to Boston or something like that. So yeah. Ooh, that would kind of be cool. Do you know who uses real equipment like that? There's somebody that I know. I think his name is Max Thrust. I want to see if I want to see if that's his username. Yes. Okay, so check this out. If you're curious, go check him out because he has a full-on layout with screen after screen after screen after screen, like 7-inch displays, 5 or 7-inch displays with individual instrument components on them. He uses a headset for audio, like for communicating with chat. I've looked at some of his stuff and I'm like, wow, this is so neat. Like he's put in the time. He's definitely put in the wrench time for his setup. I mean, a big hairy goal for me one day might be to have a full-on sim setup and a racing sim setup for Mrs. Digi, because she's the daughter of a race car driver, and like we've gone racing together, and she knows her stuff. So we've hung out, we've done cool things. It's good, but I think like an enclosed sim setup would be great, and it would of course be a Phenom 100. Rams yoke horn, everything. But I, I don't want to spend too much money on that. I'd rather actually get a private pilot's license and actually fly an actual plane. But if I stay like this for the rest of my life, having a hands-on throttle and stick setup with a powerful enough computer that runs P3D, that runs MSFS or FS2024, I think that'll be enough. I think so. All right, let me double check weather for the Bahamas. The Bahamas. Give me METAR, please. Winds 160 at Niner. Altimeter 2998. 2998. There we go. And click. We are back to local pressure. And we are coming in fast, my friends. HOTAS is love, HOTAS is life. Well, when Mrs. Digi got my first HOTAS setup, it was actually hands-on throttle and stick setup for Xbox, for the Xbox 360. I still have Ace Combat 6 Fires of Liberation, and that was the joystick that you could get if you bought like the big package. I used it for FSX and I used it for X-Plane. It worked in FSX after I had FSUI PC set up to break up the rudder and thrust controls, and I used it for such a long time. I literally used it until it broke, and it still kind of works. It's just that I have to, I think, disassemble it and redo the wires. It worked when I tested it. It's just that I need to be careful with it. Yeah, and with the proper GPU CCA, you're probably going to be able to run FS 2020 with no problem. I would debate any graphics card between $400 to $600-ish should be able to run those sims decently. You start to get diminished returns when you start chasing more frames with more money, because it literally takes what was that number? I think it takes you like between $500 to $1,000 to get to like the next bump in terms of performance. At least that's what I thought it did. Gotcha. Gotcha. Ace Combat, I think, did quite a bit to push the popularity of like action combat. I mean, it was in a class by itself, really. Nobody had anything on them for a while. At least not that I remember. But I'm more of a civvy. I was playing Falcon 3 for a long time as a kid, and I have it. I bought it on goodoldgames.com, and I still can play it if I want to. It was very advanced for its time. I think it still is in some respects. Of course, Falcon BMS is the the modern contemporary in terms of performance and graphics and whatnot. Okay, we're coming into Nassau. We're probably about, 8 to 9,000 feet above the path that we could have been at for our approach. So I'm not going to worry about it. We could theoretically loop-de-loop a little bit, or I could take over and do like a heading change. But I think I'm just going to let the computer fly itself down to altitude. Yeah, yeah, the laptop route is probably going to work for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to get the boards out. Here we go. Let's go 50% speed brake and get back to that zone. There they are. There are the boards. AMD Ryzen 9. Oh, yeah, sheesh. That's an incredible deal. You're probably going to be fine. Okay, so we're 10,000 feet. We cannot see Nassau right now, but that's okay. We're going to be beginning a turn. I've looked at mini computers. I mean, sheesh, why not? I've been messing around with Raspberry Pis for a while. And some of the mini computers that are out there now are amazing. How much stuff they cram into them and how powerful they are. Yep, mini PC, full 65-watt CPU and amazing cooling. That's great. I might pick your brain about mini PCs sometime so I can make my way through that because there are apparently some great ones, and then you have to kind of watch yourself with everybody else kind of jumping in and trying to steer you down uh, not necessarily good path. PYM to BCT, 3 hours 30 minutes in a CJ4. Nice. Coffee Cup, this is Lockheed Martin's Prepared. This was available on a training and education license for a long time. You can actually buy the version 6 version, which now offers a personal use license and is mostly the same, maybe some slight adjustments and tweaks to graphics, and it's probably going to work better with your newer system. Um, Most of the graphics are going to be roughly the same. There are going to be some things you won't be able to install that I have in P3D V5. But honestly, if you're looking to enjoy flying, say, like general aviation aircraft, or you just want to fly like an airliner and just kind of figure out the basics of it, you can spend way less money flying in FS 2020 or FS 2024 when it comes out. Still $351? Oh man. Well, you're tempting me, sir. You're tempting me. Very nice. So, I think the next question I need to ask myself is Radeon 680M. Let's take a look. Okay, so we'll look at the FS 2020 benchmarks, if there are any. No, not Unreal. I don't care. 35 games, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Flight Sim 1080p. And this is on a Radeon 7. I'm sorry, a Ryzen 7. Oh, I'm a knucklehead. Let's just do this. Wow. So we will do Minis Forum. We should be able to find a video. That's right. That's right. ETA Prime does reviews of mini PCs. I thought that Lockheed Martin was going to go with the new engine when they announced 6, and I guess they pushed that back to version 7 because I guess they weren't ready for it. I don't know. You know what? I think we're good to go here. What's our heading? Yeah, we should be fine. Nassau traffic, American 197 Heavy is 5,000, roughly 10-mile final, runway 14 right, Nassau. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not set. I'm gonna have to turn around. That's okay. We're about 10 miles out from the runway, but we're still too high. Nassau traffic disregard last communication. We're setting up for the approach for 14, but we're still too high. And I don't think there's anybody there anyway, so that's okay. Again, practicing communications. I personally don't have an interest in Cyberpunk. I would say stream. What else could you stream that would really put it through its paces? the, Theoretically, if you have access to the Microsoft Store and you are feeling adventurous and you have a gamepad, you could probably use the Game Pass to install Microsoft Flight Simulator for $1, and then you'd see the performance. Yeah, yeah. I think it's entirely possible that they're kind of like, what am I trying to say? They're kind of, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if they're in the space to be competing even. I think Lockheed Martin's ace in the hole is just the vendor relationships that it has and its ability to put its software easily into various training platforms. Okay, so you have Game Pass Ultimate. That means you should probably just need to pay $1 to get FS 2020 Standard Edition installed, or you could flat out buy it. And if you're gonna, if you were gonna buy any version of Flight Sim, if you can subscribe, if the amount of money you pay on a monthly basis lets you lets you use it for $1 a month, then do that and stay with the standard version. You'll be happy. And then what can happen in another year or two when they release FS 2024 is that you'll be in a good position to move into that without spending so much money in the current sim. You're a QA. Oh man. Like, where are you not, my friend? That's amazing. Also, we're like 2,000 feet above, which means we are going to be setting up for the arrival. Way over that way. There's the airport over yonder. Are we still going too fast? We're still going too fast. That's fine. That's fine. What's our airspeed right now, anyway? We are 226 knots, which means we should be deploying some flaps at this point. But I'm going to let the computer... Wait, we are dropping down to approach speed. That's fine. Give me flaps 1 then. Oh, I'm definitely down. Yeah. If you buy FS 2020 and you like sent me a DM, I will totally come on screen and be like your line captain. Help you fly the thing, say what stuff is. Ooh, negative transfer. CCA, come on. No, this is a 787. This is not a 737 MAX. I'm going to let Boeing solve its own issues. Straight up. Flaps 5. Okay, and quick check. We have our ILS system armed. And we are TARA. Go around altitude is already set for 2,000 feet, and we are squarely in the clouds. What's the temperature like? Temperature is 27. So yeah, even if it was raining, we shouldn't have an issue with icing at all. Nassau traffic, American 107 Heavy is joining right downwind for runway 14, Nassau traffic. They're not helping themselves right now in terms of issues with their airplanes. But, I mean, I hope they find a way out of their issue soon. Oh, nice. If you stream it, I will come. I will be there. Sheesh, I might even hop in. Do you have a Discord voice channel? Because that would probably help you out there. But I can type very quickly in chat. Just so I don't have this like crazy lag between the stream and you. But we'll figure it out. Believe me, we will. Nassau traffic, American 197 Heavy is turning left, base and final for runway 14 right, Nassau. And I know I said right base before, so sorry. Right downwind. Butter Patrol. Nice. Well, all I can tell you, Slogan, is that basically they just went kablooey in terms of performance. We should be way lower than we are. Also, give me 25, give me gear, and let's point the nose down. It didn't descend quickly enough. That sucks. Nassau traffic, American 197 Heavy, going around Mr. Approach. All right, so let's keep going. Stay at 2,000. Let's get back on track. And let's see where we're supposed to go to. It took me all the way down to 140 knots. So let's go, give me gear up, and let's do 180 knots. Bring the flaps back up to 15. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to come off the approach and we're going to make a left base. Left base to 060. Nassau traffic, American 107 Heavy, turning left, heading 060 to retry the ILS-14 approach. Nassau traffic. Okay, so I'm kind of making my own destiny here right now, but again, no one is here, and ATC will probably be giving me vectors at this point. Nice, that was fast. Good things. I think what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of secondary and tertiary installs for like scenery and for aircraft, but mostly scenery. Let's go to 280 for the reciprocal. No, wait, 320. Is it? Nassau traffic, American 107 Heavy, turning left, heading 320. Nassau traffic. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. So the initial install is quick. Then the secondary install is going to get most of it installed, like the sim and the individual pieces. Let's go a bit further out for the center line. Stay at 1,000. Actually, you know what? No. Keep it at 1,400. There's the airport. Yeah, it'll take you a while, I think, for everything to get installed. Nassau traffic, American 107 turning left, heading 230 for base approach ILS-14. Nassau traffic. All right, 230, and that should get us in lined up to land. And it's going to give us plenty of time to get the ILS beam to work with our systems. We want this purple dot to be here and to stay here for the majority of the approach onto the runway. Yep, nobody. And Nassau traffic, American 107 Heavy, turning left 160 to join the ILS-14 approach. Nassau. Last call. Okay, we're way lower than we were last time, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the approach button now, which should line us up with the runway and should take us down, hopefully. There we go. Okay, now we'll rearm the altitude for 2000. We'll get the gear down, and we'll probably set the approach speed for 152. Flaps 20. Nice. 25. Okay, and autopilot disengage. All right, my aircraft. Speed brakes armed, auto brakes 3. Back on the glide path, homeboy. We're a little high. My throttles. Little high and a teensy bit unstable, but we'll work it out. Decrabbing a bit. We're committed. 100 feet. 50, 40, 30, 20. And touchdown. Speed brakes up, reversers normal. $80 knots. Auto brake disarm. And reversers stowed. Welcome down, everybody. Well, Seriously, I'm a Pilot is actually a pilot in real life. I just watched a bunch of streamers do flight sim streams for years and actually flew in a GA aircraft once. So suffice it to say, I don't have that much real world experience. Seriously, I'm a Pilot has exponentially more than I do. So there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Nassau. Local time is, I'm going to say 3:56 p.m. because I'm assuming they're an hour ahead. Thank you for your patience while we went around, and we should be at the terminal momentarily. We hope you enjoyed your flight from Orlando to Nassau, and we do hope you consider a second in the future for your needs. We should have you guys to the gate shortly. No parachute landing? No. Although this is a big plane, so technically it could have been. Okay, strobe light off. We'll take the landing lights off. Wing light can come off at this point. We'll get the APU going. And autopilot is good. Doors to auto. Yep. Yeah, I would imagine the book has the handbook has lots of stuff to look at. And let's get those speed brakes stowed. Welcome down, everybody. Welcome down. Let's get this bird set up. And what I might do is I might take a few seconds to configure a parking position if there isn't one. All right, so tonight I will most definitely not be streaming. I will most likely be hanging out with Coffee Cup Arcade and watching him fly the sim for the first time and helping out as much as I can. Otherwise, I do not expect to be streaming tomorrow and next week. Lord willing, I will be back to work and back to a non-time off schedule where I probably hang out with you guys as much as I can, between things and during the week, and probably setting up for, nightly dev runs. And a little bit more. All right. Speed brakes for now. Let me go ahead and shut the engines off since we have the APU running. Okay, nose light off. Bing bong. All right, let's get the services set up.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll customize the position.
This parking is too small for your aircraft. This parking is too small for your aircraft.
We're going to make this a heavy gauge, and we're going to park with a marshaller. Easiest and quickest way that I can think of. It has a jetway, and I'm going to customize the jetway.
Entering editor. Please wait.
And now I should be able to see it. Oh, yes, it wants me to customize everything. Hold on, chat. Oh, I see. How do I change that? Oh, you can customize everything. No, hold on. Give me a bit.
From editing mode. Please wait.
I need to... I need to get it to work again. Why doesn't my GSX want to fire back up again? While jetways are docked? Whoops! Lost my connection. All right, reload everything, please. Take your time. I mean, enjoy it and know that flying with a gamepad is not the same as flying with, like, say, like a joystick. So don't feel bad about messing up at all. Well, I was going to customize my parking position at Nassau, but guess what? I can't do that. And it doesn't want to reload. So it's okay. It's okay. We had a good time, right, chat? We did. We did. And what I could possibly do is take a look at the instant replay. I should be able to go back in time. Let's do about 8 minutes. Nice. All right. Bear in mind there's going to be some potential stutteriness. But this is pretty cool. I look forward to it, CCA. There we go. And down. Good stuff. You can use pretty much anything you want. You could use you could use a gamepad, you could use a joystick with a twist handle for rudder, you could use one joystick for flying and another throttle to control airspeed and possibly rudder inputs. If all you have is a gamepad, you can still fly. If all you have is a joystick that twists on the center base, then you can use that as part of your rudder. And FS 2020 should probably be able to pick up on that immediately and let you do that. No, don't use a piano. I mean, if you're going to use a piano, it better be tuned. But there we go. Folks, I'm sorry that my GSX stuff went away. Otherwise, you would have heard deboarding sounds or seen people exit the plane. But had a nice time flying and had a great time hanging out with you guys today. So definitely, definitely grateful for your company. And let's just make sure we have this thing at least tied to power so this thing doesn't power down. And we will shut off the fuel, starve the APU, and turn everything off. That's it. All right, folks, welcome to the Bahamas. We'll take a bus to the resort or grab a cruise ship and go check out the sights. You might actually be able to twin stick the game if you really wanted to. If you have two joysticks that Microsoft recognizes, that the game recognizes, you could probably make one of them be your rudder and throttle, and you can make the other one be the flight stick. So that's up to you. It's entirely possible. I never tried it before. Played Tekken with a piano. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'd had no problem hanging out with you and chatting on mic for a little bit. I wouldn't be doing much of anything else, watching the stream muted so you don't hear the audio echo. But yeah, that'd be cool. It looks like a nice, mostly cloudy day in the Bahamas, probably a little bit humid, but nothing terrible. Had a great time flying with you guys. Had a great time catching up. I would say, look for me later on Coffee Cup Arcade's stream if I am not busy taking care of Mrs. Digi, which of course, Mrs. Digi comes first, clearly. And yeah, man. Might have chat with you before stream. Dude, I look forward to it. Schedule for next week. I'm probably going to go back to doing quiet, no microphone streams for scenery dev. And those are going to be extremely, extremely low interaction. Just me doing scenery development and building things because I've got lots of airports to catch up on. And I might even start Taunton if you're still here, seriously. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and bow out gracefully. I'm going to go probably make myself either an extremely early cup of coffee or grab a snack and check up on the cats, check up on Mrs. Digi, and help her get set up. If I do more gaming, it's probably going to be maybe messing around with a Raspberry Pi. Oh, yeah. And at some point in the week, I might hit you up for a chat CCA because I'm going to want your help to get my Amiga emulation situation sorted. Because if I tried it on my own and something's just not adding up for me. So stay tuned for that. But folks, it's been an absolute privilege streaming for you today and flying. Glad to be able to land at Nassau, even with a go around. And I appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your day. And like I always like to say, if you want true peace, you want the Prince of Peace. And that's Jesus Christ. Take care, my friends. Much love to you all. And until next time.